閉店は今何時だ。
11時です。アルバイトに出かけるお時間です。
なんだ、まだ余裕あるって。うわー、遅刻せー。
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Danny here. Today I'm talking to you about Adam the Beginning. So Adam the Beginning is written and drawn by a bunch of people, written by Makoto Tezuka as well as Tetsuro Kasahara, and then it's drawn by Kasahara along with Masami Yuki. And this is published in Monthly Heroes magazine. The only other notable thing I saw was Ultraman. And it looks like a bunch of like superhero-esque themed manga in that magazine. And this started in December of 2014, currently ongoing. There is, I want to say 14 volumes out, no official English translations. So that's unfortunate because I think 46 ends with volume 9. So we're about 4 volumes behind. But nevertheless, I caught up. The reason I picked it up was because this is a prequel manga to Astro Boy. I thought, hey, that's pretty interesting. I'd never read Astro Boy and never really watched it either. The only thing I really know is who Astro Boy is, how old it is, and there's the CG movie that came out not that long ago, which I think I heard it was okay. Not entirely sure, but I thought, hey, that's interesting. Let's check it out. So let's go ahead and get right into it, man. This stars our main cast here, the 2 lead scientists at a college working in Lab 7. Their names are Umataro and Hiroshi. And these 2 guys are trying to create the most advanced AI and robot imaginable. There's this program that they have, which is a German word I can't pronounce, but it translates to, I think, consciousness. And that's the idea, is it's supposed to be a flexible AI that can learn and perceive things differently from anything else. They're trying to form a real conscious in the machine. And with it, our main robot character that we have is none other than A106, part of the A10 series, and for the most part, they just call him 6 for short. To my understanding, this is supposed to be Astro Boy, if I'm not mistaken. Later down the line, they do make a Unit 7, and then eventually they're talking about making an 8th one with more updates and stuff to the program. But for the most part, 6 is our main protagonist along with these 2 guys. And the premise is just them working on this, trying to perfect what they are trying to do at this college, and really just seeing the growth of 6 himself as he is perceiving things more differently. He's starting to discover emotions. He's becoming more human-like, but at the same time still not truly understanding certain things. And that mainly has to do with how limited the AI is. They're upgrading his body more or less with some features here and there, but the AI is where it is. It's not like they could just put a software update, I guess, because eventually he gets a younger sister, quote unquote, which is model number 7, and her AI is more advanced than his, so she can do things that he just doesn't understand because there's the limits of it. But we see that he can break those limits, but he's still not understanding what's going on. And I was really liking this one, man. It has this nice feel to where it's like, yeah, you wouldn't tell that this came out in 2014. This has the same type of charm I'm guessing Astro Boy would have back in the day when that came out. Really nice. The art also complements that as well with the way the flow of the writing is and how the characters act. I mean, Hiroshi himself, he looks like he belongs in that era with this huge nose that he has. I mean, I guess not spoilers, but, he is the doctor that creates Astro Boy, if I'm not mistaken, because if you go to the My Anime list, there is his picture, and it is from the anime from way back in the day. And then as well as Umataro, it looks like Naoki Urasawa drew something for Astro Boy, is what that kind of looks like right there as well. And he's obviously older there, so there's something going with all that stuff. But as I was reading some stuff, I guess it is the origins of Astro Boy, but there might be something more going on in here. There is a plot point, which is currently where I'm at, where they're looking for something, and I was not expecting that. So that's interesting. I wonder how much more we're going to get that's not really part of Astro Boy in this, and by making this its own independent story. Because again, I am blind and have no knowledge of Astro Boy, but I'm still being able to enjoy this because just of how quality the writing is. All the characters are super likable. You understand them right away. And all the dynamics that they have with each other, whether it's the bickering or them hanging out, it's all just really a great time. To my surprise as well, there's a lot of action in here, and it's all really good. The designs of the other robots that Six has to fight or he ends up being comrades with, super great as well. It feels like stuff that would be in Alita, right, where everybody just goes all over the place with their own designs because, like, well, we're not limited to our human body, so let's just design ourselves however the heck we want, just looking like full robots. And that's pretty much how it is in here. And some robots have certain distinctions based on whatever country built those robots. And I thought, hey, that was pretty cool. There is one in particular where you look at that, you're like, wow, that's a really dated look. But that's the point because it's supposed to be in a manga that takes place before another manga that's super old as well. So it all fits, you know, it's not distracting. You're just like, yeah, that makes sense. And again, the best part of this series as a whole has to be Six himself, right? He is the main focus for majority of the time, and just seeing him grow as a character is nice to see because it is at a normal pace from other mangas of our other main characters and their experiences, but it's in a different light because he's trying to rationalize everything, calculate exactly what's going on, and that stuff's really cool. And then he has this innate ability with his AI, with the consciousness AI that they built, to where he is able to influence other AIs and help them expand as well. And so he's more or less has a rival, and just their interactions and just seeing how different their perspectives are, and just seeing how they both can handle what's happening is really interesting. And then the latest arc that got translated right around in the chapter 40s, we've got into some interesting territories that I was not expecting at all, and was thinking, oh, maybe this is what happens in Astro Boy, which I don't think that's the case. But yeah, we got into some stuff did not imagine was going to happen in here. That's interesting. And then also the follow-up with what happened, and they're talking to one of the characters about, hey, how was your experience going through that? And it's like, yeah, it's very interesting. You learn a lot, and the whole different perspective and all that, and just realizing isolation and knowledge and just a bunch of other stuff that went on during that few chapters that happened. It was really cool. I really hope we could get more abstract stuff like that coming in. All the side contents, more slice of life kind of stuff. We just get to see them hanging around, which is fun too, because we have other characters like Motoko, who ends up falling in love with Hiroshi. So she's hanging there all the time. And then Hiroshi's younger sister, Ran, is there. And she's kind of friends with Six. And then eventually Six's sister, Seven, is more or less modeled after her. And so she kind of looks at her like a big sister at some point. So they're very close with each other. And yeah, just seeing all these people have just a good time in this junkyard that is Lab 7 is the real charm of the series. So it has a good balance. There's a good balance of that stuff, Six understanding who he is and growing as a character, and then the nice action stuff, and then all this other main plot stuff with this mystery. As you know, it starts off that 5 years ago there was this great catastrophe in Japan, and it's kind of forbidden to look into what's going on, and it looks like we're leaning towards more a bigger scope of what happened, and it's possible that Six might have to get involved with our scientists here. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Definitely recommend checking it out. Again, the art's great. There's some good coloring in there for the chapter covers and volume covers. Just the way they use the marker just really makes it stand out from other manga whenever they get color spreads. So really enjoyable to look at, fun time to read. Definitely check it out. And that's all. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this manga. I'm looking forward to whenever these chapters get translated, and I kind of hope that they would put these out physically in English, because I saw there was an anime. It's on Blu-ray out here. I don't know if it's dubbed or not, but definitely English subtitles. So it'd be nice to get the physicals for this one. But what did you guys think? Have you checked this out? Are you interested at all in Astro Boy lore and what direction this manga is going to take? We'd love to hear those thoughts. You can send us an email, unversepodcast@gmail.com, as well as any other questions or comments, and we'll be sure to bring those up on future episodes. And then you can follow us at Unverse Podcast anywhere you go, and we'll let you know when those episodes drop. So thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.